Welcome to a new episode from GamesCom 2015. I'm here with Pavel Sebor, one of the developers from SAS Software, the developers of the Euro Truck Simulator 2 with all its DLCs, and of course of the upcoming American Truck Simulator. So my first question is a general question. Is the American Truck Simulator a completely new game or just a copy of the Euro Truck Simulator 2 in a new environment?
A little bit of both, actually. Honestly, the gameplay is borrowed and shared with Euro Truck Simulator 2. And when it comes to content, it's all new. Everything was redone. So all the world models, all the vegetation, everything is new. But the gameplay is going to be the same.
What kind of new features are in the game?
Well, compared to the original Euro Truck as it was released 2 years ago, the players will get everything we rolled into the game since then. So it's both, in both cases, it's synchronized development. When we add a new GPS support, it's going to appear in both games. When we add a new driving mode, it's going to appear in both games. So to be honest, not much new is going to be there. When the moment the American Truck Simulator appears, it's going to be about the same feature set as what will at that same point in time be available in Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Okay, but one of the new features is the weight stations. Why are they included? What's their function?
Well, we felt that they are more visible part of the highway life in American trucking than they are in Europe. So this is one little thing that we can claim, okay, this is a new feature. We don't consider it a major feature, so that's why I'm not even pushing it like something that makes a big difference. They are there because we knew that in American highway system, truckers are more frequently required to measure their weight than they are in European road system. So we made this one choice to add them to the game. But in principle, the subsystem is there in both games. It's just about putting or not putting the way station into the map.
Okay. For the Euro Truck Simulator 2, the community developed a multiplayer mod. Is something included in the American Truck Simulator right from the beginning, developed by SAS Software, or supports SAS Software some modders?
Well, we have quite an ambition ourselves to create and support proper multiplayer in our games and in the future evolution of our games. So we have a team of programmers now who are working on features for our World of Trucks community portal that will bring, I would say, multiplayer features into the game from a slightly different aspect, but the overall goal is to have the ability to drive together in a map just like in the mod, but also to have long-term consequences of sharing the multiplayer session together. So it should be a persistent kind of massive multiplayer trucking game existing on top of the current single-player games of both of them. But this is a long-term plan. It's not like at the time frame of shipping American Truck Simulator, there will not be any multiplayer yet. We expect for the mod people to be there as well because they are very active, but not yet from us. People will have to be more patient with us.
Okay. Which states and countries are included in the American Truck Simulator?
Well, American Truck Simulator development is going to be a really long-term road. So we start with California. That's what we call the starter pack, essentially. It's one slice of the future continent-size content. Eventually we go towards Nevada and Arizona and towards the north. But going to the East Coast is going to take us years. That has to be expressly explained to the players that they're going to have to stick with us for the long term too if they want to see all of it. So right now the team size for American Truck Simulator is already over the size that we used to have when we shipped Euro Truck Simulator 2, but it's still not enough. The continent is crazily huge. The ambition for us is to cover all of the Northern American continent, so not just United States, but also Canada and Mexico. And I know that our players in Brazil would love us to go towards South America eventually too. But I don't want to be panicking, but that's looking something like for decades rather than years. We have to grow the team for sure. And the support from the players may allow us to do so. That's what we hope. But it's a long-term commitment for sure.
And when it will come by DLCs.
Well, part of the expansions will come by DLCs. Part of them may be gifts for the players. Part of them may be paid for. Just something similar that we do with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We hope to find a mode of operations where we would be releasing content more often than once a year, because for people to wait for another US state for another year, they would hardly appreciate that for waiting for so long. So the ambition is to grow the map team, the map creation team, over this rest of the year and through the next year to a bigger scale, so that we can create content more faster, more often.
Does the American Truck Simulator support the Steam Workshop?
We have just recently introduced a much better mod manager feature into Euro Truck Simulator 2, a new screen where people can comfortably set the order and present of various mods. This feature will automatically appear in the builds of American Truck Simulator as well. And this feature was built with the goal of having it compatible in principle with a future integration with Steam Workshop. So not now, but eventually Steam Workshop is going to be a native part of the game through native user interface in the game.
Will players have the chance to play the American Truck Simulator without Steam, or is it duty?
This is still being considered. Over the past 2 years, we made quite some inclination towards using Steam. Scandinavia DLC was released pretty much on Steam exclusive basis, but the boxed versions also containing Steam keys. We are still not 100% decided on whether to require Steam only or whether to spend the effort on supporting the non-Steam version, because it's a lot of work in the background on the maintenance and patching and keeping up the infrastructure for the game to work. So I'm not yet able to, no final decision was made yet, so it's an open question really.
I'm not sure whether I'm right informed, but I think for the Euro Truck Simulator 2 it is planned a bus DLC. Is something like this planned also for the American Truck Simulator?
Well, in a dream world, we would have a lot of different vehicles playing a lot of different roles in the big universe that the games make. We started working on buses for Euro Truck 2 over 2 years ago. Then we ran into some scheduling problems, then we ran into problems of having to have licenses for the buses. As we acquire licenses for the trucks, we had to do another round with the truck bus manufacturers. It turned out to be so. Right now we have at least one bus finally signed for the possible use in DLC. The goal is to be releasing individual buses as individual tiny cheap DLCs. Of course, the game has to change a lot for the coach bus system to work. So there's a new set of UI screens. If you drive a different vehicle, some of the screens that make sense for a truck simulator will not be there and will be replaced by screens that are relevant for a coach bus operation or coach company simulation. So it's much more than just having a vehicle play the same gameplay. You have to have a different gameplay that's suitable for the vehicle. So that a lot of that was already implemented into the game, into the private builds of the game that we have as a branch of development for going towards the buses. They surely will appear one day, sooner or later, in Euro Truck Simulator 2. In principle, so long as we build the assets, the models, we should be able to do the same for American Truck Simulator. And we wouldn't like to stop just with the buses. We want to do more. We would love to do more, but that is even more of a dream. A few, actually it's years ago, not months ago, we, for example, recorded a recovery truck, big truck that can pull damaged vehicles, big size vehicles, in situations where you need to get them back to the service. This is one example of something that we could do, but eventually it would be great to have, I don't know, police cars or ambulances or RV vehicles, whatever that you can drive in the same universe. But that's like daylight dreaming for us. But it would be great to have, because we see that the players would appreciate it. They would appreciate the rich environment where there will be more to do. It's just that for us, even at the current company size, we are now 50 plus people in the company. It's very difficult to even keep up with the core stuff that we need to do, the trucks, the American truck, Euro truck, maps expansions. So we need to grow more in size to be able to take on these extra challenges.
Okay. And which licenses are included in American Truck Simulator?
Well, so far the official confirmation or the official contract that we have signed for licenses is with two truck manufacturers, Peterbilt and Kenworth. We talked to 3 more. It's always a long process. It's always lawyers involved and marketing departments and licensing departments. So I expect for us to be able to ship with minimum 2, but probably 3 licenses right out of the gate on the initial release, and then hopefully add more licenses later. The good thing is that, judging by the experience from Euro Truck 2, when we released the game with just a subset of licensed trucks, it was much easier for us then to talk to truck companies, because they actually saw the finished product. They saw the benefits of being in there for their marketing needs. So hopefully, once we have initial version of American Truck out, it will be easier for us to get attention from the other truck manufacturers.
Okay, and the final question, when will be the release date?
Well, the official stance of SCS Software on this question is that we are not yet ready to announce official release date. Our German publishing partner, Astragon, has a day listed on their materials here, which is a speculation on their part. We are trying to get the game released still this year, but the fact is that we work the way that we feel it's done, we release it. We feel it's not done, we wait and keep working. So we hope that it's not too far from now, but I'm not ready to really make a promise here now.
Okay. Thanks for the interview.